Okay, we've got some modern action now. This time it's Anthony at the top of the screen against Emerson at the bottom. We're just requesting hands to see what matchup we've got. This is Barntel Drazi, which I believe is Emerson. He normally plays that. No, sorry, Emerson plays Barnt Spirits. Let's see if he's still on at this time. Yes, he is. So it's Barnt Spirits against Barntel Drazi. Not really sure who the favourite is here. We just saw these Metairie Shapers in the previous match. Turn path. That's an aggressive path from Emerson to take down the Reshaper, but Emerson doesn't have the key. He's got the Selfless Spirit this turn, but he really needs the birds, not the birds, Noble Hierarch on turn 1. He's kind of lucky because Anthony hasn't found anything. He's got a Lamana, but he's just doesn't have the creatures. So Eldrazi Displacer is a huge problem. If he can untap with the mana for the Displacer, Displacer can just start bouncing things. Again, too many lands here for Emerson. Yeah, and so we'll see here, Displacer can just do this every turn, just bounce back the attacker. The problem, I mean, he can even hold the Geist of St. Shaft at bay because Geist will swing in, but it can be blocked by the Displacer, and the Displacer can bounce the token. So Emerson now is looking for his Steel of the Godhead to put onto that Geist. Well, meanwhile, Anthony's just flooding really badly with failing to find a... Yeah, Anthony's just failing to find a threat. Once he finds a threat, I think, oh no, I don't think you want to swing there. Well, he's going to set up a race, so the Displacer can outrace the Geist because the Displacer is going to be bouncing the Geists. 2, 4, going to bounce the 4/4 Spirit or Wizard or Angel, whatever it is. I don't believe Temple can tap 2 for the Displacer. A Rattle Change will protect something here. Yeah, so he can't actually, at the moment, Anthony can't win this race because, okay, he can, because I just answered my question. The Displacer can be tapped for two, Temple can tap 2 for Displacer's ability, so he can bounce both the Angel and the Selfless Spirit. Rattle Change will protect the Selfless Spirit. Can't protect the Angel because it's not a spirit. So he's still going to get hit for 4 here. The only problem here for Emerson is something like a Reality Smasher off the top just completely outclasses the spirits in a race. See what his draw was. Oh, another land. Anthony, if these were Noble Hierarchs rather than Birds of Paradise, the Exalt triggers might be a huge difference. Not sure why he wants to play that breeding pool untapped there. Oh, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's to give him the 6 mana to bounce 2 attackers. So Emerson desperately needs Path to Exile to get that Eldrazi Displacer off the board. Because the Displacer even kind of does a bit of damage to the Gavany Township. No attacks this time from the Geist because Mattery Shaper checks it. Well, this is the funny, he has to sequence this correctly here because if he bounces the Rattle Chains first, the Rattle Chains entering the battlefield trigger can, yeah, he did it wrong, so Rattle Chains will put it on Selfless Spirit. So the next one is going to not be able to bounce the Spirit because the Spirit will have Hexproof. So just an interesting little misplay there from Anthony in sequencing. He needed to bounce the Selfless Spirit first to let it and then let it resolve and then bounce the Rattle Chains. And there's a Thought Knot Seer off the top. So that's going to get Spell Quellered. Now we're going to see this interesting interaction between Displacer displacing a Spell Queller. And I'm curious to see this because I don't actually know how this works. He's going to test it out and he's going to show us how it works. So he's going to displace the Spell Queller. But why did the... Okay. So the Spell Queller trigger goes back on the stack when it leaves and enters. Thought Knot Seer comes back. Okay, so the Spell Queller trigger has to resolve first. So the exile and come back is in the same sequence, same play. And Thought Knot finds nothing. So for Emerson there, the main play was just to tie up the mana. So next turn he's going to be able to swing in for 6. He's going to have 6, he potentially has 10 damage on the board if he swings with the Geist, so the birds might be forced to block. The problem though with that attack is that Anthony has 7, 10 damage coming, he's got lethal coming back the other way. Oh, and another land. So Emerson's going to be forced to chump block here. You can see the difference with this deck when you watch the Spirits deck each week. If he doesn't find the Steel of the Godhead. Noble Hierarch's a bit late to the party. Now what's he going to do here? Because no matter how he blocks, if he chooses to block with 2, then Anthony can bounce the Spell Queller, meaning the Geist will die. I think the play here that I would have done was to bounce the spell queller prior to declaring blocks, to force that Geist. Because now if he uses the mana, the spell queller is just a chump blocker here. If he double blocks here, he's going to be forced to use the mana to bounce the spell queller anyway. But I think Anthony's got this one. Yep, so he uses the mana now to bounce the spell queller. So it has the same effect, although the Gavany Township can activate and he can trade with the Eldrazi Displacer. See if he wants to do that. He's going to sack the Selfless Spirit. He still has the option to activate the Township because I think he really needs to get that Displacer off the battlefield. Still no activation of the Township. I think he might have missed that one. He does have the mana, it's 4 with green. He's going to do it end of turn. Not sure why he didn't do that prior. So the Displacer is going to be able to bounce 2, 3. He's got 5 mana, so it's going to be able to bounce only 1. He's down to 5 himself. Oh, yeah, so actually Emerson's got this match. Because he can only bounce... No, he still has the Birds of Paradise to chump block. But Collected Company was a huge draw there. Just check the last card in Anthony's hand. Isn't it just a land? So he swings in, there's actually, he's got lethal here. The Geist is going to pump to a 4 with the Gavany Township if he wants to go that direction. Although activating Displacer means 1 bird can't block. So two flyers are going to get in. I think the activation of the Displacer. Oh no, I keep forgetting. Apologies. The Temple can do 2. So 2 jump blocks from the birds. But it means he can't company with this Geist. He's going to have to company into something to... like a Drug Skull Captain here. I think he's done the math and he's banking on a Drug Skull Captain. We can't see his... and he finds nothing, so... and concedes a match, so game 1 to Anthony.